Now available in paperback and e-readers from SJS Direct. ISIS, House of Isis. The goddess next door takes on a hustling Hotep high priestess in Harlem in this Afrocentric ISIS series adventure. Pick up ISIS, House of Isis at online booksellers today. In recent weeks, actresses Lisa Bonet and Erika have been talking greasy about Bill Cosby in the weeks before his upcoming retrial for sexual assault. And in a recent interview, Lisa Bonet made the statement that Bill Cosby had a so called dark spirit. And I listened to that comment, and it comes from a place of extreme ingratitude and sounds like someone who has sour grapes about a career that was cut short, not because of Bill Cosby, but because she had a hard time dealing with black male authority. Now, when it comes down to Lisa Bonet is a biracial woman from a Jewish mother and a black father, and she was raised, I believe, in a single mother household. And because she was raised in a single mother household, she's had a hard time dealing with male authority figures like Bill Cosby. So when she saw a black man being a male authority figure like Bill Cosby, she wanted to rebel against that male authority figure due to the numerous issues she had regarding her own father, and she didn't understand what Bill Cosby was trying to do for her on the set of The Cosby Show. This is why she is so ungrateful to him, because she could not really see what Bill Cosby was trying to do for her as a leader and an authority figure. Now, I saw from afar years ago, back as a kid, what Bill Cosby was trying to do for Lisa Bonet. Now, Bill Cosby was trying to craft an image for Lisa Bonet as this black girl next door. And the reason why he was trying to craft that image for her was because he understood that the way you have a long term career in Hollywood is to be someone who was appealing to not only the boys as the girl they all want to date, but also someone that all the girls want to be like. And he was trying to craft this image through the Denise Huxtable character for her, but because she was a rebel, she wanted to create this whole bohemian image, and she wanted to have this rebel image out there, and she could not see the big picture as related to what many of these white liberals in Hollywood wanted to do. And they used Lisa Bonet to try to destroy the image of The Cosby Show. And I saw that back in the 80s when they first came to her and had her posing nude on the cover of Rolling Stone. And I also saw it with them trying to have her play the role of Epiphany Proudfoot in the 1986 movie Angel Heart. Now, Bill Cosby was trying to keep her on the track of being the girl next door, the girl who went to college in a different world. But Lisa Bonet wanted to go down the road with the white liberals, believing that she would have a bigger mainstream career. And what she could not see that Bill Cosby and even I could see as a teenager was the fact that these white men were looking to have to pimp her out as their mulatto sex fantasy. That's what they wanted to do with Lisa Bonet. And that's why they had her posing nude on the cover of Rolling Stone. And that's why they had her on in that movie Angel Heart, where she was having that sex scene with Mickey Rourke. They had her there because they wanted to degrade the black female image, and they wanted to use her to usher in a new age of the black female Jezebel. Thankfully, black women had a higher moral position back then, and they rushed out to protest Angel Heart, and they boycotted Angel Heart, and they literally shut down Lisa Bonet's career in film before it even started. Had she stayed, I believe, with Bill Cosby, she would have had a longer career and probably would have been the breakout star out of all the Cosby kids. But because she believed the hype as related to these white liberals in media, believing that she needed to have a quote unquote sexier image and a more exploitive image, she decided to let these white men exploit her. They used her, and then after Angel Heart bombed, they dropped her. And Bill Cosby, he didn't have to do this. He still brought her back to The Cosby Show, brought her back with Joseph C. Phillips and Raven Simone, and still tried to help her have a career. Unfortunately, your Lisa Bonet still having these daddy issues, and issues with male authority, did not appreciate the third opportunity she had at trying to have a career. Bill Cosby went out of his way far more than any white producer ever would for this woman, because when it comes down to ungrateful actresses, most white producers, when they find out that your contract is up, they would have just straight fired her. But Bill Cosby not only gave her a chance in the first couple of years of The Cosby Show, but he gave her a spin-off show called A Different World, where she could have had her own series that she could have carried on her own way. But she didn't appreciate that, and Jasmine Guy and Kadeem Hardison took that opportunity and elevated themselves. And then after Debbie Allen took over, all those people went on to have long careers. Careers Lisa Bonet never got to have, because she believed that the white man's ice was colder and decided she wanted to be in the white man's movie rather than stick with black men like Bill Cosby, who were looking out for her best interest. Because I could see, again, as a kid, that Bill Cosby was looking out for Lisa Bonet's best interest. That's why he was trying to craft that image of the black girl next door for her and trying to make sure that she maintained a good career. But she didn't appreciate that, because she was still in her feelings about unresolved issues regarding her father. And because she had those issues, she wound up destroying her career, because what she didn't understand about these white men and these movies where they feature black women in these hypersexualized roles is, after they put you in that hypersexualized role, what they do is they discard you afterward. And that's what they did with Lisa Bonet after she starred in Angel Heart. They had absolutely no use for her, because they saw that they couldn't make any money off her, and they couldn't use her to degrade the black female image, and people weren't buying it, so they abandoned her. But Bill Cosby still stayed with her until he saw that there was nothing else he could do for this ungrateful kid. And this ungrateful Cosby kid wound up destroying her own career. And then she wants to talk about Bill Cosby having a dark spirit. But I can see where Bill Cosby went way out of his way to go out and look out for this female. He looked out for her. He gave her opportunity after opportunity, but she didn't appreciate the opportunities given to her by Mr. Cosby. And all Mr. Cosby was doing was being a male authority figure and a leader, something she wasn't used to seeing in a black man due to the daddy issues she had regarding her own father. Now, your Erika Alexander was another actress who was given an incredible opportunity on The Cosby Show, because The Cosby Show, when Erika Alexander came on, was, I believe, in its final 2 seasons, and here she was given the opportunity to play their cousin Pam on The Cosby Show after Lisa Bonet, I believe, was terminated from The Cosby Show. And along with cousin Pam came the opportunity of a lifetime to be on this Cosby Show, a show that was in its ratings decline, and it was still high in the ratings, but it was an opportunity of a lifetime. And she's talking greasy about Bill Cosby, a man who gave her an opportunity that hundreds of actresses would have loved to have had, an opportunity to be on a top-rated show, and an opportunity for a rookie actress who had next to no credits to launch her career, because that's what Erika Alexander got from Bill Cosby. She got an opportunity that most actresses would have died to have, because you're a regular on The Cosby Show, you're a regular on a top-rated sitcom, and you've been given a big break that most people, they would have loved to have. But because, again, this black female also, I believe, has daddy issues, she couldn't appreciate the opportunity Mr. Cosby gave her. And because she has a problem, I believe, with black male authority, she wants to talk greasy about Bill Cosby. Now, I look at both of these women again, and I can see the deep daddy issues that they have, because for them to talk greasy about Bill Cosby 25, 30 years after The Cosby Show has ended shows me that their issue isn't with Bill Cosby, it's with their own fathers. And they want to use Bill Cosby as a scapegoat to not deal with their own daddy issues. Because a lot of these black females, they have daddy issues, and they don't want to deal with those daddy issues. So they want to talk greasy about Bill Cosby. Now, when I take a look at Bill Cosby, he is a guy who people, yes, he has had his affairs with women, but again, this whole case is supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And what this prosecutor is trying to do is he's trying to retry a case, and he's trying to sway the course of public opinion, not stating on the weak facts of his own case. And he's using people like Lisa Bonet and Erika Alexander to try to sway the court of public opinion instead of trying to try the weak facts in his almost 15-year-old case. And all of this is all designed to try to destroy the legacy of Bill Cosby. A legacy that most people don't want to see go on because it's supposed to inspire lots of black people to do better and to be better. And that's something we should want because we need more positive men like Bill Cosby. Yes, Bill Cosby had his fair share of side pieces, but they were all, as I see it, consensual relationships. And the drugs that were given to these women, they took of their own volition. So when I take a look at this allegation of sexual assault, I don't see where there's any sort of evidence to prove that he committed any sort of crime. All I see are baseless allegations being made against Mr. Cosby and further attempts to try to malign Bill Cosby's character. And it shows how low these white liberals in Hollywood are, that they're going to go out of their way to malign Bill Cosby's image and use ungrateful Cosby kids to further reinforce their own weak case. Because for them to go and dig up Lisa Bonet and Erika Alexander and have them talk greasy about Bill Cosby shows how weak their case is and how they are really hypocrites, because they can sit there and talk about Bill Cosby being this so-called sexual deviant, but then they want to sit there and give men like Harvey Weinstein and many others in Hollywood like Woody Allen a complete pass for behavior that's just far more debaucherous and far more perverted than anything Bill Cosby did with women who were of legal age, of legal consent, and just did things of their own volition. I don't see where there was any sexual assault based on the evidence presented in this whole trial. All I see are baseless allegations trying to be elevated into something, and I see a prosecutor looking to be an opportunist, hoping to use the frenzy of Me Too and Time's Up in the hopes of getting a conviction that he thinks will elevate his own career at the expense of maligning the legacy of Bill Cosby. And he hopes to use washed up actresses like Lisa Bonet and Erika Alexander in the hopes of elevating his career and elevating his case. But what he's doing is showing how weak his case is, and these actresses are showing how desperate they are to get back in the spotlight. And they show how desperate they are because what they're doing by going out here and speaking against Bill Cosby is showing that they are more for white supremacy and the white supremacist platform than they are about black empowerment, because they show that they just don't appreciate the opportunity Bill Cosby gave them, because the opportunity Bill Cosby gave them was something they would have never gotten from anyone in the white mainstream media, because all the people in the white mainstream media wanted to do with Lisa Bonet was turn her into a mulatto bed wench in films like Angel Heart. And all they wanted to do with black women like Erika Alexander is have them playing a mammy in their many of their programs. They don't have a positive image like Bill Cosby had for them, and they didn't want to give them an opportunity like Bill Cosby gave them to play balanced, humanized people and to be presented in a positive light. But I guess Lisa Bonet and Erika Alexander, after they see Bill Cosby get convicted, that's what they will finally appreciate what Bill Cosby did for them. I can appreciate what Bill Cosby did for all black people with the Cosby Show, and I can appreciate what he did by trying to be a male authority figure in the lives of Lisa Bonet and Erika Alexander, because he was approaching them as a father figure, he was approaching them as a black leader, and he was trying to protect these young women in the same way he would have protected any of his own daughters from exploitation, because that's what I saw Bill Cosby doing with Lisa Bonet. He was trying to protect this young woman in the same way he tried to protect his own daughter, but she couldn't appreciate what this man was trying to do for her because she didn't understand what a father was or what a man was in her own life. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to try some of my SJS Direct publications, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, The Temptation of John Haynes, and the Smith-Storella trilogy, you may do so by clicking the link to Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.